Okay, let's talk about it. That conversation we all know we need to have with our kids. The talk. Just saying it can feel heavy, right? It's one of the most important and maybe one of the hardest conversations we'll ever have. So today, we're going to walk through how to handle these talks with the kindness and the confidence they deserve.
And that's the big question, isn't it? For so many of us, the hardest part is just starting. The topics feel so huge. Finding the right words seems impossible, and you're so worried you'll say the wrong thing that you just put it off. That first step is always the toughest.
Well, the answer really it starts right here. It's not about finding some perfect magical script. It's about how you show up, with honesty so they get real information from you, with kindness so they feel safe enough to ask absolutely anything, and with confidence so they know without a doubt that you are their rock. Believe me, you are the best person for this job.
Now, to really understand why this is so critical, we have to face a reality that's, well, it's pretty uncomfortable. But we need to look at it because it shows why we just can't afford to wait.
This is a stark quote, and I know it's hard to hear, but it's not meant to make us afraid. It's meant to be a wake-up call. The goal here isn't to wrap our kids in bubble wrap and hide them from the world, but to give them the tools and the knowledge to navigate it safely, right from the very beginning. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Where do we start? Well, we begin by creating a really simple, clear language around what safety and respect even mean, something a kid can grab onto, and most importantly, use themselves. A fantastic starting point is this idea of good touch versus bad touch. It's so clear. Good touches are things like a cozy hug from grandpa or a high five from a friend. They make you feel good, safe, and loved. Bad touches are the opposite. They make you feel yucky, confused, or scared. This simple difference creates a bright, clear line for a child to understand. And that brings us to a really key part of the conversation, giving them the right words for their bodies. Defining private parts as the areas a swimsuit covers makes it super concrete and easy to picture, and the rule that goes with it is absolute non-negotiable. Those parts are theirs, and nobody gets to touch them without their okay, period. But knowing the rules is only half of it, right? We have to give them the tools to stand up for those rules. Giving a child the exact words to say, a script like this one, is incredibly empowering. It takes away the panic of trying to figure out what to do or say in a scary moment. This sentence becomes their shield. You know, this whole challenge of finding the right words, it's not just about safety. It also comes up when their natural curiosity just explodes, and they start asking other big questions. A classic example every parent runs into is, where do babies come from? This is exactly what happens when we try to sidestep the question with vague stories about storks or angels. It's sweet, I know, but it can totally backfire. It leads to confusion and, yeah, some pretty awkward moments in public while they're trying to make sense of the world. A much better way to go is with a simple, age-appropriate truth. An explanation like this one respects their intelligence. It gives them a real answer that satisfies that curiosity, and it also teaches them something important about being respectful to others, like pregnant women. So, does this stuff actually work in the real world? Let's look at a powerful real-life example of what happens when a child is armed with this kind of clear information and finds the courage to actually use their voice. You know, the process is pretty straightforward. First, you teach them about what respect and boundaries look like. Second, you make it crystal clear. If anyone ever crosses those boundaries, they need to tell a grown-up they trust right away. And third, and this is a big one, you have to trust them. Trust that they get it. So, not long after having this exact talk, a young girl found herself in one of those uncomfortable situations they had just talked about. A family member's greeting felt off. It crossed the line from a good touch to a bad touch. And this is what she said. Just wow. She didn't freeze up. She didn't go quiet. She used her voice clearly and confidently to state her boundary. She knew what was wrong, and she knew exactly what to say. That right there, that is the power of having this conversation.
So, seeing that, how can you prepare for your own version of this talk? How can you make sure you feel ready to have these kind, confident conversations with the kids in your life?
Here are a few tips to help you out. First, just be humble and open. This is a conversation, not a lecture. Second, don't try to cover everything at once. Keep it simple and share things in small, easy-to-digest pieces. Also, pick a good time and place, somewhere calm and comfortable. And finally, and this is so important, don't hesitate. Trust yourself. You are absolutely doing the right thing. And hey, please remember you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to be the world's greatest expert. There are so many amazing resources out there, like animations and videos designed for kids that can help you explain these things in a fun, engaging way. And here's really the bottom line. This is why it's all so critical. If we don't talk to our kids about this stuff, they're still going to learn about it. But they'll learn it on the playground or from an older kid or online from sources that might not have their best interests at heart. When you start the conversation, you make sure they get the right information from the person they trust more than anyone in the world, you.
So that leaves us with this one simple thought. Every single talk, no matter how small it feels or how imperfectly you think it went, it's building a foundation of safety, of trust, and of empowerment for your child. It is a conversation that can truly change a life. So what conversation will you start today?